Hello, this is Carolyn, and I am going to make this video again. We're going to say, what's with the dark glasses? I wear my sunglasses at night. Yeah, that's that old song. It fits right now. Uh, the reason is that I'm not exactly trying to look cool. I'm trying to look less tired. Jim was in here with me last night. No, it was never anything exciting. And he was just in pain, and I persuaded him to come in here and visit with me because it gets a little bit lonely, and he wanted to watch some shows, and we never agree on much of anything, and he was super uncomfortable, and I'm even more tired from being awake because I have to be the one to set up and keep changing things and turn it up and turn it down. But the company was nice. It was still nice to have company. But anyway, I'm making this video again because I want to let you guys know I have like an entire room of old movies and stuff that were my parents' home movies, and I don't entirely know what I'm getting into because they used to have some pretty wild parties. Oh, wild for the time. Imagine it's just playing music and dancing and maybe some really cool, fun Halloween parties. But anyway, I'm going through the Legacy box. They're sending us a box and putting 20 of them in this time, and then another week 20 more, so I can't get in any trouble for copyright for that stuff. But it's interesting, and there is a need for that, or people enjoy that, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And if you think I'm wrong, look up on eBay. If you got old black and whites or anything like that, people will buy them, or old technology, like the old the projector with the god-awful huge bright light. Yeah, we have one of those too. I might sell it if anybody wants it. And one of those little projector thing you put the slides in and hold it up to the window. I got a bunch of slides. A lot of them I held them up to the light and looked. It looked like a bunch of wilderness, some woods and stuff, and I don't know what that is, unless it was the wooded area that my parents had their second house built on, which would have been the one that I was born in. So that would be kind of cool to see all of that. The one movie I'm hoping to find was my dad's favorite. It was a trip that we took to the St. Louis Zoo when I was a little girl, and I had on I don't know if it was Easter, but I had on an Easter dress and some shoes that were really pinching my toes, so I was whining. But back then you could feed the animals, so I had like a bag of carrots and I think peanuts for the elephants and monkeys. But this one movie my dad loves is, there was a cage full of gorillas or monkeys, kind of the in-between, maybe orangutans. But what they would do is wait for a whole group of kids to get around the cage, and they would sit there being real cool and content and acting like nothing was wrong. And then when enough kids got up there, they would swoop back the water and poop and pee and whatever and wing it in everybody's face and the kid's face. So my pretty little Easter type dress got soaked. And the weirdest thing is the monkeys would laugh. They would laugh. The monkeys will really laugh at you. And they'd laugh and jump around, and then they'd turn around and do the same thing. They get real quiet and real cool and kind of mind their own business and wait for another whole flock of kids to come up. And my dad thought that was so fascinating and so funny. So I hope I can find that one. I just don't know whether it's labeled or not. So it's going to take a couple of trips. That is not cheap. I'm going to fill up one Legacy box, and then if this goes well, maybe I can get my oldest daughter to do the editing and stuff, because I still don't know quite what's on there. I don't know that I want to put them just out there random. Like I said, they did some partying and drinking. They had a full bar down in the basement, and they'd have some decent crowds, and they'd get pretty rowdy. So for that time frame, it would be a nothing burger by today's standards. But I think that's what I'm gonna do for some content, and when I get those uploaded, I'm going to attempt to become monetized, and anything that you guys think of that can be helpful that way, I'd appreciate it. I always have my email and phone number in the description. And again, I apologize, but look at the greasy hair. We've got a lot of wind, a lot of rain, the fact that I'm so tired. But I wanted to get this video out there. So anyway, thank you for stopping in, and have a safe and wonderful evening. Bye-bye.